Yes, guys and girls, welcome back to another episode with myself, Luke, also known as LL Crypto, here on YouTube, and my good friend Edos. How are you doing today?
I'm looking again excited to be back for another episode, and we have a lot of good things to discuss about the altcoin, and then we will see which coin people can look for during the finale of this season.
Yeah, so we're coming to the end, like you just said, the finale of this bull run, and I expect it to happen within the next 2 to 3 months. Could we have a super cycle going into 2026? We can talk about that as well, and just our thoughts on this current market. So things are really heating up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, subscribe, hit that bell notification, the like, the dislike, it's all good for the algorithm. And please don't hesitate to leave comments in the comment section below. And of course, everything we say is not financial advice. We're going to go deep into the altcoins. Very, very risky assets. Now that we've had the Federal Reserve interest rate cut, people are going to start over the next few weeks, in my opinion, go into these risky assets. So there's a reason why 90% lose their money. So please, guys, do your research. And don't just trust everybody that you hear on YouTube. So with that said, it is exciting to be in crypto. You're here probably for the altcoins, no doubt. So we're going to get stuck into that in just a second. Check out our latest video about the Bitcoin technicals and what we spoke about there. And should we get stuck into it, I think?
Let's have this conversation about some of the altcoins that people can look out for regarding the last part of this bull season. And because clearly, we can see that on this chart that the all the altcoin they are green, and it means that people can really invest in any of those coins and they could have good returns.
Yeah, I'm just like checking out Pengu, and I mean BNB's just gone over $1,000, which is phenomenal. I wish I had more from like 4 years ago, but yeah, you're always going to wish that you had. I mean, there's so many cryptos out there, you're not going to get everything. But we're going to talk about the top 10, top 20, some shout outs to new crypto players that will have their very first altcoin season. So there's a lot of things to look out for, to look forward to if this is your first cycle. If it's not your first cycle, then you probably know what you're doing by now. One piece of advice, not financial advice, of course, is don't get greedy as you make some gains over the next few weeks.
But you know what is interesting on this chart is that regardless of the coin in which the person had invested in before,
everything pumps.
Everything pumps. And that's what we can see, that we are clearly in the altcoin season, because I guess all this one is also related to the news we had yesterday with the Fed cuts. I think that is driving the market maybe already. So it's great to see that. We've expected this altcoin season for some time now, and I feel like right now we are clearly in the core of this altcoin season.
So we are moments away from the official beginning of altcoin season. Last time we were it was in 87% December 2024, sorry. But the real altcoin season that we really had was the last cycle. So when we get past 75%, that's when the altcoin season really kicks in, and altcoins are going up multiple X's each and every day. So yeah, just we have to be patient at the moment, because the Bitcoin at the moment is, I would say, hesitating to make a move. When it makes the move, we could see this dominance come crashing down, and I expect us to come as low as like 40%. So that would be a decrease of another 17% down to this level, where I think, and if we go down 17% in terms of the dominance, then if you think we're seeing things have been pumping 2, 3, 5x already, but when it goes down another 10 to 17%, some are calling for 30% dominance. I think that's too low. If that happens, then the altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin on a major scale.
Well, it means that Bitcoin will lose maybe like 20 to 30% of its dominance. That's huge.
And it happens. If we go back in history to 2021 bull cycle, we went from 75% right down to 40%. So that was a 30% Bitcoin dominance decrease and everything went in, because Bitcoin obviously tops out, reaches its all-time high. People want to make bigger gains, so they take profits. The money flow goes into the top 10, top 20 altcoins, and then it becomes a frenzy with the mid-cap and micro-cap coins. So we've been in this game for a few years now. We've seen altcoin seasons, and we're approaching, I think, something like this here very, very soon. We're probably, this reminds me here of this section before we had that absolute waterfall down to 30%. So could we be seeing something like that here, where it kind of consolidates, doesn't know which way it's going to go, and then all of a sudden, bam, and we've been consolidating, going, trickling down slightly, consolidating, then all of a sudden, it can just happen so fast, and you've missed altcoin season. That's why it's important to get in the game as the dominance is high for the altcoins, because if you start most people, it's going to go mainstream, and when it goes mainstream, the dominance is going to be already down here.
And as we already mentioned it in one of our previous episodes, everything could happen within the span of a month,
even 2-3 weeks.
It could even be shorter.
Yeah, it could be 2 months, it could be 2 weeks. The main thing is to get your altcoin positions now ready for this. You don't want to be jumping in when this thing is coming down. People are in a frenzy. Okay, you're making multiple X's, but then you get into that greed and extreme greed, and then you end up losing everything because you don't sell.
And at the time of recording, so the bank institution here in Europe are opening, and we could expect that if the market gets really in a frenzy regarding of the news you had yesterday, we could also expect the US market also to follow suit when they will open later this afternoon. And if this Wednesday becomes a great Wednesday for the altcoin, then everything will just continue on that note until we hit the weekend, and I guess we just signal something great for next week.
Yeah, I mean, even the weekend, altcoins can absolutely go parabolic. I like that Bitcoin remains stable over the weekend, or dumps a bit, but altcoins usually, because the big institutions have closed, and you've got retail investors like you and I and whoever's watching this, altcoins are like the weekend buys, because people have got time to look at the markets, are not at work. They go on Coinbase, Binance, or other exchanges, and they buy up the altcoin. So the altcoins, yeah, weekends usually sometimes can be very, very good, especially in altcoin season. It's every day, but yeah, weekends people are looking at it more because they have time.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting, because if the market, if the altcoin, if they start pumping right now, and if they continue on that note until this weekend, I could expect next week to really be key for this altcoin season, because I think things will just go parabolic for altcoin, and it won't be a matter of which coin you've invested in, because I think that all the altcoins they will have a higher pump.
So the next question is, what do we buy? What altcoins? Well, people are going to say probably Ethereum, which is fine. Maybe Solana, BNB. If we just go over to the charts, go over here. I mean, BNB now is at 1,000, which is fantastic. Solana 200 and almost 250. You told me that you bought some more Dogecoin. I think you're crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just for fun. I think that it's always good to have in a portfolio some meme coins. Yeah, we never know what happens with those coins, but if the community just decide that they want this coin to pump, it could happen just over the course of a few hours.
Just looking at the top 10, top 20, we've got would you go for Ethereum? Because I know that you don't think that we're going to go higher than maybe 10K, or would you go for its competitor, Solana?
It is always good to have a little bit of Ethereum also in its portfolio, but I've felt that Ethereum hasn't had, a big pump as we expected it. Personally, I expected it. So even if I would still have Ethereum, I think that at the moment, Solana seem to have a little bit of the edge over Ethereum. So if in terms of ratio, maybe I will have more Solana than I will have Ethereum.
Okay, it's interesting that you say that, because if we just go over to Solana right now, just looking at the technicals, we are I mean, it's phenomenal growth. I mean, we're printing a weekly. Is this a weekly? I don't remember if this is weekly or monthly. I think it's the weekly candle, or it could be monthly. But anyway, 246. We're going past we've got the all-time high up here, but we're not far now. If we print this, if this finishes printing a nice strong green candle, then we could soar up to $600, $700, $800 per Solana very, very quickly.
Something also that is very good with Solana is that I feel like there are big development that we can expect on this blockchain. For instance, like maybe the ETF that is expected, but I guess there's other development that are expected on Solana, and those things they drive at a price in one way or the other. Whereas I feel like Ethereum have been stuck in time. There had been a lot of things in Ethereum. The biggest chunk of the market of the altcoins are derived from Ethereum. However, I feel like Ethereum has been stuck in time. I haven't had any major development on Ethereum. That's what I think. Compared to Solana, which is new, obviously had the disadvantage of the beginner. But then recently we've seen that Solana has had a big community that rally behind the coin, and also they've tried to had major new development, and all of that add a little bit of momentum of Solana. No wonder Solana now sit at the 5th biggest crypto coin.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm not like an Ethereum maxi or Solana maxi. I just want to make money, but in the space, it is true with Ethereum. It's kind of lagged behind. It hasn't done well. I still think it's going to be, this at the end of the cycle, it'll still be second place, most likely. Still building good things, but yeah, it's just lagged behind.
Yeah.
I expected it to be 10% of what Bitcoin is right now. And Solana over the last few weeks, months, okay, they're built with the tech side, great. But for me, looking at the money side, the growth it's made since over the last 2 years is phenomenal. And if it has an ETF, then this is going to do 3, 4, 5x.
I mean, if Solana does have an ETF, I mean, I could expect this coin to move significantly higher. Obviously, I mean, I said earlier that it's sitting at the 5th position, but it's like the 6th. If we look at this
BNB is just taking it.
Yeah, and so with BNB, they are swiping position.
Not by much, 4 billion.
Yeah, it's very close. It's very close. But really, Solana has really had a big season between last year and this year, because I feel like they has had big development on this project, and a big community that rally behind also this coin. So that's why like Solana is worth considering as part of the stable coin that people could have in their asset, in their portfolio.
Safer as well.
Yes,
if you want to make it 5x, you don't want to go into the smaller coins because they're a lot riskier, then yeah, you could put.
And for Ethereum, like I feel like Ethereum is lacking a certain energy to push it forward. And what I mean is that obviously if the whole market moves forward, Ethereum also will move forward. But I feel like for Ethereum to move significantly higher as we expected it, there needs to be something, a game changer for Ethereum blockchain, which somehow we haven't seen over the past couple of years. And then I think that this is what makes Ethereum to lag a little bit behind. Like there needs to be something like Ethereum money we had at the beginning of Ethereum, we had like NFTs, we have DeFi. So these were things that were new, that were innovative for a crypto market. And that's what made Ethereum to be at the forefront of the crypto market. But I think that Ethereum has been stuck over the time. And then we feel like we need to have this kind of innovative project that could drive this blockchain.
Yeah. So obviously competitors are bringing in more followers from Ethereum. People are going from Ethereum to Solana. Solana, I think, will do really well. I still think Ethereum will do all right, but yeah, there's more focus, it seems, this bull run on Solana. Any other competitors that are standing out to you? Because these are all-time players, most likely will do okay or well. Anything new that we could talk about?
So you also mentioned Sui to me.
Sui, yeah,
which is also a big competitor to Solana and to Ethereum, because it's also another blockchain. Even though myself, I find it hard that Sui is having also a fantastic season.
Another layer one, yeah.
But I guess what is good between Sui and Solana is that because they are all layer one crypto coins, they kind of push each other. And then this competition,
one goes, the other.
yeah, for end users like us.
Yeah, so Sui right now, I mean, it started off 2 years ago. So Sui is, I mean, it's okay. Ethereum number one, then Solana if you're investing, not financial advice, of course, but Sui hasn't had its bull cycle yet, altcoin cycle really, because it's just come out over the last couple of years. So Sui could be. I know I was listening to Raoul Pal, very famous millionaire entrepreneur on YouTube, and he's apparently, I don't know if it's true, I'll have to check it out, sold his Solana for Sui. I don't know if that's a good thing. What's your opinion on that?
At least it shows how much he thinks that this project could have a certain edge when it comes to the future of the project. But I mean, Sui is relatively new, so it's riskier, of course. But generally, it's when it's riskier that you have also higher returns. So you could still invest in Sui, maybe not putting all the eggs in the same basket,
Yeah.
but maybe have a little bit of Sui on the side and see how it moves in the next few weeks.
And because it's one of the Solana and obviously Ethereum's competitors, could we be seeing in the future a $200 to $300 Sui? I don't think for this cycle.
Yeah, 200, maybe to be too optimistic, but 10 times Sui, why not? Maybe Sui moving to $30. I think Sui is more likely to move to $30 than Ethereum is likely to move to $40,000. Obviously, Sui is riskier because it's newer, whereas Ethereum is here to stay. But however, yeah, I will still have Sui on the side if I could afford that.
And where there's more risk, there's more reward. For so if you want a larger reward, then you want to go for riskier assets. But you have to be careful with that. Maybe diversify. I don't know why you get so many maximalists for just have all three. And then if they all do well, great. If one does well, you've made money. Yeah. So Sui for me is another big player. I mean, we've clearly in this uptrend. Yeah, it's been pretty strong over the past year, and there's a large community behind it as well. I don't really know too much about it, but it seems that there's like some fanatical community driving up the price. I've watched quite a lot of YouTube videos on it, and other crypto YouTubers talk about Sui, and it seems like it's going to be like what Cardano was 4 years ago. A lot of Cardano maximalists, and now it's for Sui this time around.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Cardano is based on Sui.
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
No idea. But if we look at the ecosystem, and that's another very, very important point. Let's just go over to this. Ethereum has an ecosystem. Solana has an ecosystem. And I didn't realize Sui also has an ecosystem. So when these coins do 10, 20x, then expect their ecosystems to do more x's. We speak about this so many times. It's probably getting boring now to keep talking about the ecosystems. But if we look at it, Ethereum pumped over the last 8 years. The ecosystem did pretty well. Solana's ecosystem's doing well. If we look at the ecosystem of Sui, most of these coins I don't even know. Over the next 4 to 8 years, could these other coins within Sui's ecosystem be big players in the future?
Yeah. So, okay, this is the Sui ecosystem.
Yeah.
And we don't have Cardano here. So, which means that I guess maybe Cardano is harder in the ecosystem of Solana then.
Maybe we go and have a look, shall we? So where's Cardano? It's 9th. Yeah. It's its own ecosystem.
Okay, Cardano is in its own ecosystem.
Yeah, and then you can check out. I mean, Chainlink is linked. It's like a bridge between all of them that we've seen. So Chainlink for me is another good player, another good crypto.
Yeah, but for me, like Chainlink, yeah,
it's a bit boring.
It's also a bit boring. Maybe it will have its season this year, but yeah, I mean, in the past I got heavily interested in Chainlink, but didn't deliver. Like another coin that didn't deliver for me is Vice. But they are there. They are stable, and they are there.
So those altcoins for me, I'm not going to go near most of them except Sol. AVAX, I think Avalanche will can easily do a 5 to 10x this time around, and probably even more in the next 4 years. But so you've got Solana, Ethereum, AVAX. But I'm generally looking at the let's have a look. The new cryptos, the new altcoins rather, that haven't had a cycle yet. So like Sui is going to have one. Of course, I'm keeping a few old ones because you're not 100% guaranteed, but most likely they will do well. And I've got a small portfolio of new cryptocurrencies like Sui, Pudgy Penguins, I think Pengu, the new NFTs out there. Where is it? Yeah, Pudgy Penguins. So you can get Pengu on Binance and other exchanges. In the NFT space, you can own a Pudgy Penguin NFT. I mean, we checked before, and one Pudgy Penguin is going for like 10 Ethereum, and others are like 100 Ethereum, 500 Ethereum.
Very expensive.
I have no idea why
people will buy.
Well, it was like the Bored Apes last time. People were going to Bored Apes, and they just blew up so much. And Pudgy Penguins right now, I think, is primed to do something similar where, okay, we say 10 Ethereum for one, it could easily do a 10x just on that. So for me, it's another new cryptocurrency, meme coin, game, whatever, NFT space, probably do okay. And then, of course, we have the Sui that we just mentioned. And one that your colleague mentioned was Pump.
Yeah, Pump.
So it's just another meme coin?
Yeah, I mean, Pump, maybe I should have
bought this instead of Doge?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know when I was told about Pump. I mean, I didn't know about Pump until
it's on my Solana ecosystem.
Told me about it.
So Solana ecosystem.
But yeah, Pump has had so far a fantastic season too.
I mean, it's up 250%. It's not, when you look at some of these coins that go up like hundreds of thousands of percent, or tens of thousands, it's only 250%. So maybe Pump is an option for a new meme coin.
Yeah, could be.
So should I put all my money in it, all my net worth in Pump?
Oh, definitely not. Some, possibly.
Yeah. So yeah, the altcoins are generally doing well today. We'll have to see what happens today, especially after the news of the Federal Reserve. I think in the next 3-4 hours, we'll see over in the States when Wall Street opens. The markets start opening over in the States, because that's what we're all probably waiting for. But in a nutshell, it's going to be an exciting time for altcoins. That's what we're all here for. I mean, most of us are here for not Bitcoin and Ethereum, but we want to make big gains in the altcoins. And this is where, now with the Federal Reserve rate cut, riskier assets are going to start being bought up. And it's going to be, the next couple of weeks, an absolute frenzy, in my opinion, with the altcoins. And you're going to see your portfolio do multiple X's, and you'll be wondering what on earth is happening.
Yeah, it could be a fantastic time to be in crypto.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for today. Just reviewing some of the altcoins. Let us know which altcoins, if you want us to elaborate more specifically into Sui, Pump, Pudgy Penguins, then let us know in the comments, please. We spoke about Solana last week. Check out our videos from last Thursday, and I think I published it on Sunday, so you can check out the Solana video. But yeah, let us know which coins you're really interested in. Me personally, it's the new upcoming coins that haven't had a cycle yet. I love to get my teeth stuck into them and to invest in those coins ready for this cycle. So I think that's pretty much it for today. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we will see you next time with more videos. Bye-bye.